Okay, yogis, let's start. So this is going to be right angles. And I don't need to tell you what right angles are. 90 degrees, either at the elbows or arm with torso. This is also 90 degrees from your hips, from your knees, from your ankles, wherever. So we'll just explore the various 90 degrees. I just want you to keep in mind that how does the various right angles, how do the various right angles relate to gravity? So there are some poses that you'll find extremely easy and relaxing. And the same 90 degrees, when you change your relationship with gravity, is going to feel like, oh my God, what is this all about? So just keep that in mind and just enjoy this rather crazy sequence that I thought about. It's not really a flow, it's a sequence. So enjoy. We start with lying down on our backs. So completely use this time to get into a nice little shavasana. Completely relax. Use the time to pull out of whatever has been bothering you from the rest of the day. Get into your breath, get into the here, get in the now. Get into a little bit of belly breathing. So inhale, let your belly rise up. Then your lungs, exhale, push down with the belly, then with the push. When you're ready, gently open your eyes, get your heels together, get your big toes together, energize. So like either point your toes forward or grow tall through your heels and flex your ankles completely. So point your toes and then flex your ankles. Ultimately, there you're already getting into a kind of right angle at your ankle. When you're ready, inhale, get into right angle at the hip, at the knee, and at the ankle, and push down with the lower half of your belly. Exhale, straighten out and down. Take a nice inhale, exhale the other leg. When you're ready, inhale, straighten out, exhale, drop. One more inhale, once again, left knee up. Inhale and drop, exhale. Take a nice inhale, right knee up, ankle, hip, knee, all the joints at right angles. Inhale, knee straight, exhale, drop. Next one, both your knees come up to right angles. So it's hip, knees, ankles, all at right angles. Now notice if your tailbone is rising up, try and push it down. The more you push your tailbone down, your lower back tends to come up and tend to get this gap in your lower back. Push everything down. So push your entire pelvis down, tailbone, lower back, everything down into the mat. Hold. Next, inhale, straighten both your knees and hold for a couple of breaths. And next, exhale back to bending your knees. So don't drop your heels down. So right angles, right angles, right angles. Next time, you straighten your knees and hold your legs at 45 degrees. See if you want to take your arms up to 90. So when you're ready, inhale, exhale, inhale, push out, exhale, draw it in, inhale, push out, exhale, draw it in. Stay here, keep pushing your tailbone down, lower back down. And slowly release all the way down. Now bend your left knee in all the way. So hold on to your knee, push your knee in towards your chest. And then grab your left big toe with your fingers and see if you can take the sole of your left foot up to the sky. So straighten your knee. It's hopefully a right angle at your hip. So your thigh is at right angles with your torso, and you don't need to kill yourself to keep your knee straight. If you can't reach all the way up, go ahead and hold the back of your calf. Keep growing tall through your heel. So keep energizing that foot. Keep pushing the lower knee into the mat. There's also a right angle between your legs. When you're ready, slowly release. And the other side. So get your right knee in towards your chest, hold it with your palms. Keep pushing the knee in towards the chest, keep growing tall with your left heel. Couple of deep breaths here. And then hold on to your right big toe and straighten your right knee to the right sole of the foot up towards the ceiling and just enjoy the stretch. Right angles at your hip with your torso, right angles at your hip with the other leg. If you find this too stressful, go ahead and get your palms behind your calf. But keep growing tall through both your heels. Push your lower knee down towards the mat even more. And don't hold your breath. And slowly release. Some of us would feel a huge hamstring stretch on that one. Some of us, it does nothing, doesn't matter. When you're ready, big toes together, heels together. Now I'm just going to ask you to get your left foot all the way up to right angles. So push your palms down into the mat. Take a nice inhale, exhale, left leg up as high as you can. So right angles with the other leg with your torso. Inhale down, other side. So right leg, exhale up. Inhale down, and don't worry if you can't make a perfect right angle. Imagine it's a perfect right angle. Once again, take an inhale, exhale, left leg up. Inhale down. Exhale, right leg up. Exhale down. Notice how I keep growing tall through my heel. So either you can grow tall through your heel or point with your foot, whatever works. One more time on both sides, and then get both your heels together, toes together. Now the same thing, very slowly, left leg up, and we go up at the count of 10, and then just come back down at the count of 10. Keep breathing as regularly as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg going up. 1, 2. Keep growing tall through your heels. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We now have both the legs going up to right angles and then down. And not very slow, so just exhale them up, inhale them down. When you're ready, exhale both your legs up, inhale, take it down. Exhale, up, inhale, down. Next exhale, just hold it up if you can for a bit. All the way up and just hold it. Keep pushing your tailbone down, lower back into the mat, shoulders into the mat, palms also into the mat, and all the way down. Now, if you want, also move your arms. So your legs will come up and your arms will also come up to 90 degrees to the floor. So when you're ready, take a nice inhale, exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. And I'm sure you've had enough of a core workout, so knees in towards your chest, give yourself a nice little squeeze, gently rock from side to side, roll over to your right, step your face down, and gently get up to seated, and get onto all fours. So hopefully your torso is at right angles at your shoulders and your hips and your knees. We're going to get into the usual pose of taking alternate arm and leg out, but notice what happens to the joints which are at right angles. Notice the shoulder and the hip that are balancing your body. The ones that are coming up are just having fun at the expense of the ones that are bearing the weight. So what you can do to ease that weight bearing and to get into a better balance is energize through the legs. So reach back with your heel, reach forward with your arm so that you're energizing those muscles, you energize your core, and you take the pressure of the joints that are at right angles and supporting your weight. So when you're ready, keep your chin up, right arm up, left leg up, reach. And release. The other side. So left arm up, right leg up, reach. Try and keep the arms and arm and leg that's up parallel to the floor. Notice if you're maintaining your right angle at the hip and the shoulder. So you don't want your shoulder moving back, you don't want your hip moving forward. That right angle is there for a reason. It's there for the stability. Slowly release. One more time. Right arm up, left leg up. Pull out of your left shoulder. So you're maintaining the right angle, but pulling up and out of your left shoulder. And release. The other side, left arm up, right leg up, and pull out of your right shoulder. Notice if your leg is sagging down. Energize, come on. And release. Get your right palm directly in front of your right knee. Extend your left knee, drop your left heel down. So we're going to do side planks. But the same thing, so turn all the way to the left. Notice the right angle at the shoulder, the right angle at the hip. So the hip is directly above the knee. So the whole idea of the right angle is, one, to give you an idea of the alignment, and to say that it's not just strength and flexibility, it's also the alignment. If you align well, You can hold the pose a little better. If you want circle, you can just stay here if you want. If you want, circle your left arm across. And if you just want to get out of that triangle formation with your leg, you can float this up. So you get into a right angle between this thigh and this thigh as well. Reach through your left fingertips, grow tall through your left heel. And release. Get your left palm in front of your left knee. Right angle at the shoulder and the hip. Extend your right knee, drop your right heel down, turn to face the right. Right palm on right hip. If you want, just stay here. Notice the right angle at the shoulder and the hip, that's down. If you want, circle your right arm across. If you want, take your right leg up. Grow tall through your right knee. And slowly release, drop down to child's pose. No right angles here, unfortunately. When you're ready, come to down dog. But before you go to down dog, just watch your screen. So ideally, when you do down dog, I never say this, but do you notice that at the hip, you're effectively at right angles? If you take your thigh and your torso, you're effectively at right angles. So keep taking your tailbone up and back. Come on, join me in down dog, please. Release your heels down towards the mat. If you want, walk your dog for a few rounds, which means keep bending your knees alternately. Keep pushing your shoulders back towards your knees. Keep extending your spine. So literally pulling your shoulders away from the floor. Spread your fingers, index fingers parallel. Neck elongates along the arms. And experience that right angle at the hip. When you're ready, look forward between your palms. Get your right foot all the way forward between your palms. A little to the right. Drop down on your left knee. Now, normally I say walk your left knee back to give you that stretch. Today, I'm not going to do that. Mercifully, I'm going to ask you to walk your left knee forward so you end up looking right angles at the knee, right angle at the hip, right angle at this knee. So you're not getting a stretch anywhere. I know that. That's cool too sometimes. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Exhale, land your palms on either side of your front foot and then push your hips all the way forward as much as you can. So now you're getting a huge stretch on your right Achilles tendon. So at the back of your right ankle, that's where you should be feeling the stretch. Your knee is way past your toes. I know we rarely do this, but once in a while, it's good to get this practice. Keep pushing your hips down and low. Not really a huge hip flexor stretch. When you're ready, push back, right angles. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, lower your palms down. Scooch your right foot into the center. Extend your left knee completely. Drop your left heel down, heel to arch line, left pinky toe into the mat. Inhale, sweep up, warrior two. See if you can get into a right angle on your right knee. I know some of us, it's not a possibility. So we end up here, which is fine. But try not to end up here. So you don't want to stress that knee. You want to keep the knee above the ankle and then keep taking that foot as far back as possible so it lowers your pelvis so that your thigh goes parallel to the floor. Spine tall, arms out, push the left pinky toe into the mat. Maintaining that right angle at the knee, drop your left palm, take the right palm off the back. Circle back, warrior two, maintaining the right angle at the knee, right arm on the right thigh, circle across, stretch. Windmill your arms round. And when you're ready, windmill your palms all the way down. Pick up your back heel, scooch your right foot back to a little bit to the right, back foot all the way forward, deep forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Notice this is once again a right angle at the hips, but it feels so different from the down dog. Hips over ankles, heart moving forward, chin up, fingertips pointing down. You want to get into a little bit of the down dog feel. Inhale, take your arms all the way up next to your ears. Face your palms forward and push into the imaginary wall in front of you. Keep your spine tall. See if you can keep your spine or your torso parallel to the floor. Chin up. Exhale, release your palms all the way down. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Palms together in front of your heart. Close your eyes. When you're ready, make your eyes open. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Leave them up. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Back to right angles. Keep your arms next to your ears. Reach out with your fingertips. If you want, turn your palms to face forward. Push into the imaginary wall. A little more weight into your toes to keep your hips above your heels. And then exhale, let it go all the way down. Forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, but not as much desperate. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips on either side. Get your right foot all the way back. Drop down to your right knee. Get your right knee scooching forward. So when you come up, it's all right angles. So back knees at right angles, front knees at right angles, hips right angle here. Stay with your breath. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, circle your palms down on either side of your front foot. Push your hips forward. Your left knee goes way past your toes. You should be feeling the stretch on the back of your left ankle. Breathe with your breath. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, circle your palms back down on either side of your front foot. Scoot your left foot into the center line. Tuck your back toes in. Straighten your back knee. Drop your back heel down, heel to arch alignment. Push your right pinky toe into the mat. Circle up, warrior two. Same thing. Right angles on your left knee. See that your knee marks over your second and third toe. So you can see your big toe from inside your knee. Keep taking your spine forward, shoulders relaxed. Keep pushing your left hip down towards your left ankle. Back knee straight. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, drop your right palm, take your left palm up and back. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Exhale, left palm on left thigh. Circle your right palm across. Release. Warrior two again. Windmill your arms round. Pick up your back heel. Front foot goes all the way back. Hips up and back. Down dog. And then see if you can just drop down to your elbows. So without shortening the stance, get into dolphin. So keep pushing your shoulders back towards your knees. Keep taking your tailbone up. Try to maintain that right angle at the hip, but you've also got a kind of right angle at your elbows. Not really a right angle, it's an obtuse angle, but let's imagine it is a. You want, you can actually walk your elbows in so that they end up looking like right angles, and then again push your shoulders back. Hold your dolphin for a bit. And then drop down to your knees, point your toes back, relax in child's pose. When you're ready, push back, down low. Once again, right angles at your hips. So if you notice, I'm just cueing you differently this time. It's the same thing. It's the same down dog, but you're just getting into it with a different awareness. When you're ready, take your left foot all the way up. If you can, left thigh and right thigh at right angles. Right thigh and torso at right angles. Neck extending along your spine. When you're ready, get your left foot all the way forward to plank to your knee. So left knee to left elbow. Point your left toes. Shoulders over hips. Shoulders over wrist. What am I saying? When you're ready, pull the knee in towards the chest and then left foot all the way forward between your palms. Get your right palm next to left foot. Inhale, take your left palm up into a twist. Exhale, release. Stay on the balls of your right foot. Inhale, sweep up. High lunge. See if you can maintain a right angle on your left knee. If you can't, it's perfectly all right to pull out a little bit just to give yourself some stability. But if you can, by all means, push your tailbone down and forward, back knee straight, front knee right angles. Keep reaching your palms up. Right palm outside left knee, left palm outside right hip. Inhale, spine toe, exhale, twist. Just a little bit. Keep taking your tailbone down. See if you can get a proper right angle on your front knee. Now you're getting a hip flexor stretch on the right side. Inhale, come back up, high lunge. Windmill your palms all the way down. Back foot all the way forward. Deep forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Hips over heels. Heart reaching forward. We're going to hold this for a bit. If you want to, take it a little further, inhale, take your arms next to your ears, push the imaginary wall with your palms, hips over heels. You can stay here if you want. If you want to take it further, bend your right knee, transfer all your weight into your left foot, and take your right leg up. So once again, right angles between your thighs, it's effectively a warrior three. Point with your right toes or grow tall through your right heel. Whatever works. Keep pulling your navel in. This is exactly the one-legged down dog that you did, but look at it, how different it is with gravity. Slowly release everything down to a forward fold. Inhale all the way up and back. Palms together. And shut your heart, close your eyes. Take a breather. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Inhale all the way up. Exhale to right angle. So hips over heels. Reach forward with your palms. If you want, turn your palms to push. So I'm doing this. Push the wall in front of you. Transfer all your weight into your left foot. Bend your right knee. Keep taking your heart forward. And if you don't want to do all this, just maintain, halfway up position with your arms dangling down. That's okay. When you're ready, take your left leg all the way back. Warrior three. Reach through the left heel or your left toes. But right angles between left thigh, right angles between right thigh and torso. Reach your arms forward. When you're ready, drop everything down, forward fold. Inhale halfway up, just transitioning. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips on either side. Get your left foot all the way back. Keep your hips low. Try and get into a right angle on your right knee already. Left palm next to right foot. Inhale, right palm all the way up, twist. Keep your hips low. Back knee straight. Take your breath. Release, palm all the way down. When you're ready, maintaining the right angle on your right knee. Inhale, come up, high lunge. Hopefully you're still on the balls of your left foot. Hopefully your right thigh is parallel to the floor. Keep reaching up with your palms. Stay strong. Left palm outside right knee, right palm outside left hip. Inhale, spine roll, exhale, twist. Keep taking your hips down and forward. See if you can deepen that right. You can't deepen a right angle, but get closer to a right angle on your front knee. Inhale, come back. High lunge. Exhale, bring them down. Front foot all the way back and up. Three-legged down dog. Strive for a right angle between your thighs and a right angle between your left thigh and torso. How different does this feel from warrior three? And slowly release your foot down. Drop down to your elbows. Back to dolphin. This time, don't walk your elbows back. Keep taking your hips up and back. Try and maintain that 90 degrees. And then that 90 degrees at your hips, make them into 180 degrees by moving your shoulders forward into shark. Push back, dolphin. Inhale, shark. Exhale, dolphin. Inhale, shark. Exhale, dolphin. And then drop down to your knees, point your toes back. And child's pose. When you're ready, push back into down dog. Right angle at your hip, shoulders moving back. External rotation of the arms at the shoulders. Take your right leg up. Once again, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. It's virtually warrior three, but you're down on the floor. Inhale to plank, right knee to right elbow. Pull that knee in towards chest. When you're ready, right foot all the way forward, in between your palms. Drop your left heel down, heel to arch alignment. Sweep up to warrior two. See if you can go through that nice right angle on your right knee. And then get rid of the right angle, make it 180. So though this knee has become straight, see if your two legs are at 90 degrees. So it's like an isosceles right triangle. I hate to tell you, but geometry is important. And though, some of us might have nearly failed the geometry courses, who thought you'd be learning geometry with your yoga? So this is actually, though you got out of this right angle, you just got into one here with your legs. You know where this is going. It's getting into a triangle. Inhale, spine tall, arms out. Exhale, reach with your right fingertips. You keep pushing your left shoulder back. Circle your right palm down. Left palm up. In a way, your arms are at a right angle to your torso. So if you can maintain like a perfectly horizontal torso, your spine is horizontal, your arms are vertical, that's another right angle right there. And there's also another right angle at your pelvis with your thighs. Stay with your breath. Slowly float back up. Okay, we're getting into half moon. So you can get out of your pose if you wish and just watch so that you're clear about how you're moving in. So your half moon, you move in from warrior two, palm on hip, reach forward, thumb 8 inches ahead of big toe, a little to the side, drag your foot in, come up. Okay, and here I'm trying to watch the screen. There's a right angle right here with my legs, externally rotated. It's almost like the triangle we just did. You're growing tall through your heel. And then once again, there's this right angle here between my arms and my spine. So enjoy these right angles. You could make it a little complicated if you wish by going here so that your arms are also at right angles. But I'll just leave that for the more practiced yogis. So when you're ready, we were all in triangle pose. So push your right knee back to warrior two, left palm on left hip, reach forward with your right palm, 8 inches ahead of your right big toe, a little to the right, drag your left foot in, push up to your half moon, being aware of all the right angles. The first one is your flexed ankle. That's also right angle, and that's important because it keeps the whole leg engaged. Keep turning your left shoulder towards the wall behind. Your left hip points towards the wall behind. When you're ready, start bending your standing knee back to right angles. Warrior two. Windmill your arms around. Front foot all the way back. Hips up and back. Down low. Inhale, plank. Plank. Exhale, drop down to your knees. Push your hips back. Bend your elbows just a chin. And then slowly come up to cobra. So trying to get into a right angle with your legs and your back. But I know it's not going to happen for most of us. So this is where I end up. When you're ready, tuck your toes in, hips up and back, down low. When you're ready, take your left leg all the way up, right angles everywhere. Keep your left hip over keep your left hip level with your right hip. Left foot all the way forward between your palms. Drop down on your right heel, heel to arch. Inhale, come up, warrior two. straighten out that left knee. So you're now into right angles at your pelvis. Reach with your left fingertips into your best triangle. Notice if you can get into the right angles between your spine and your arms as well. So isosceles triangle going on with the standing legs of the triangle. When you're ready, float back up. Bend the front knee. Get into half moon. So right palm on right knee, left palm 8 inches ahead, and then to the left. Drag the right foot in halfway, take it all the way up. Right angles between your feet, between your thighs, sorry. Keep pushing your hip back, shoulder back. Take your right arm up. If you want, release your left arm for more right angles. When you're coming out, start bending your standing knee to the left knee into a right angle, back to warrior two. With your arms around. Front foot all the way back and up. Drop it down. Drop down to your elbows. Dolphin. And this time, walk your feet forward. Keep taking your hips up. Forget that right angle at your hips. Get it into the smallest acute angle you can. Pull it in. Keep your spine tall. Then walk your feet back. Drop down to your knees. Rest your hips on your heels. Relax. When you're ready, slowly come up. Okay, so we've done a little bit of external rotation of the feet. Let's see if we can get into some more balance. So let's get into standing balance. You remember we did this lying down where we took one leg up and then the other. Let's try the same thing standing up and see what's shifting in this whole thing. So stand with your feet about hip distance apart. Push all your weight into your left foot. Get your right knee into the chest. So there's the same thing we did when we were sleeping. Hold on to your right big toe. Now, if you can, straighten your right knee completely. If you can't, keep it bent, but try to keep a right angle between the upper thigh and the lower thigh. Then if you can, work on straightening your spine. If you want to balance, take your left arm out. If you feel like it, take your right leg out to the right. So you're changing the orientation of your right angle. Stay with your breath. If you want, come back to the center. If you want, grow tall through your heel, release, and hold the right angle. Remember you did this lying down. Either your arms are up or by your side. 3, 2, 1, and release. Shake it out. Okay, the other side. So keep your feet about hip distance apart. Push into your right foot. Take your left knee in to the chest. So remember we did this when we were lying down It just feels so different when you're standing. When you're ready, even if you're not, hold on to your big toe, straighten that knee. Once you think you've got your balance, pull that lower back in, come up tall. Reach out if you want for the balance. Then if you want, take your foot out to the side. Right angle with the thighs, right angle with the thigh and the torso. If you want, get it back in. All this is optional. If you want, inhale, spine tall release. Keep it up there. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Shake it out. Shall we do one more balance? Not really a right angle, but it's tree pose. But there is a slight amount of right angle there. So once again, push all your weight into your right foot, take your left heel in towards the groin, foot into the thigh, thigh into the foot. If you notice the thigh is at right angles to the torso. You want to kind of really challenge your balance and not have that, pressure going on. Just maintain right angle at the knee as well. Inhale, take your arm up. Reach up. Right angle at the ankle as well. Stay with your breath. Try and keep your spine tall. Try not to lean over to the side. Keep pulling the knee in towards the armpit so you maintain that right angle. Keep reaching up. And slowly release. Couple of deep breaths. Yeah, it gets interesting once you get into this whole right angle thing, and then you say, oh wow, there's so many things we could do with the right angle. The other side, push all your weight into your left foot, take your right heel in towards the groin, foot into thigh, thigh into foot, inhale all the way up. You want to kind of make it a little more interesting, release into right angles, but keep pulling the knee in towards your armpit from the side, but the knee keeps moving towards the wall behind, doesn't come in like this. Keep reaching up. Try not to lean your spine over to the side. So when you do these kind of balances, which are asymmetrical, you end up working very deep core muscles. You don't even know this because you're so focused on the balance. But that's the beauty of yoga. You focus on one thing, but something else is kind of setting itself right. Much of it like life. Focus on one thing and something else sorts itself out, like magic. Stay with your breath. And slowly. So I was wondering if anyone wants to do one of those crazy arm balances for no other reason except that you get this lovely right angle with your legs. You're at a right angles at your elbow, and it's just good fun. So don't do anything, just sit on your mats and watch. If you think you'd like to do it, go ahead. So and I'll tell you when to start. So you start with your down dog, get one leg up, get the knee to the elbow, and then first go right angles at the elbow and climb the knee on top of the tricep. Tuck the opposite elbow in so that it supports your hip. So you end up looking like this. Then extend your knee, then take your heart forward and fly. So there's right angles with your thighs, heart is moving forward, right angles at your elbows, and you're still flying. And release. Okay, so if you want, do it now. Go into down dog. So let's start with your left knee to elbow, and then hop a little forward, bend your elbows to right angles, Get your left knee on top of your left tricep, if you can, your left thigh. Your right elbow is under your right hip. You kind of have to kind of maneuver yourself in. And then extend your left knee. And then reach your heart forward and see if you can get your right toes off the mat. And while you're trying to deal with the balance, see if you know where your right angles are. And then slowly drop down, get into child's pose just for a few minutes, not minutes, seconds. And then let's do it on the other side. So I hope you guys can see me. Yep, so hips up and back, down dog, right leg up, right knee to right elbow, and then bend your elbows to right angles, right knee on top of right tricep, left elbow under left hip. Reach your heart forward, extend your right knee, and then see if you get your left toes off the mat. Get back to child's pose. Rest a while, these can be demanding. And slowly up. I'm very tempted to do the right angles with your headstand, but okay, so this is just for you to kind of know. If you're not confident with your headstand, obviously don't do it. So you just sit on your mats and watch. So hold on to your elbows, interlace your fingers, put your head down so that the crown of your head is on the mat. Tuck your toes in, hips up. So right angle with the hips, walk your toes in. Your back is straight, and then pull one knee in, pull the other knee in. And then if you can, extend your legs. Oh, not done this for a long time, but I'm still getting the right angles at the thigh. And slowly release. So now only if you're doing your headstand usually without problems you do this. Otherwise, please don't do this. I'll give you about a minute. Experience this crazy right angle in an inverted pose. And then when you're ready, come back down. If you've done that and you want to get out of the Mickey, get into a down dog, extend your neck as much as you can along your arms so you kind of release the pressure from your neck. But you shouldn't have pressure on your neck in the first place if you're doing a headstand correctly, because all the pressure is taken by your arms and your shoulders. So, yeah. Okay, when you're ready, sit squarely on your mat, a little towards the front. Then this is your right calf. Get a right angle at the hip with the thigh, right angle with the ankle, and a right angle with the knee, and a right angle with the ankle. Similarly, your left thigh, right angles with your right thigh, the knees at right angles, and this. So you here in this, dare I say, swastika pose. And then get your fingertips down in front of you. Walk your fingertips as far forward as you can into modified pigeon pose. So this is like the easy version of the pigeon pose. It's an equally nice glute release for your right glute. So stay down as low as you can. Sometimes you feel stuck here. Stay stuck here. Inhale, spine tall, and then exhale. See if you can release down a little more. Slowly come up. Stay tall. Get your right palm onto your left knee. Your left palm outside your right hip. Inhale, spine tall, exhale, twist. And release. The other side. So this time, get your left calf parallel to the front edge of your mat. Right angles with your torso, right angles at the knee, right angles at the ankle. Your right thigh is at right angles with your left thigh. Again, right angles at the knee, right angles at the ankle. Inhale, spine tall. Exhale, fingertips down. Walk them forward. And relax into modified pigeon. You will feel your weight more on the thigh side. So then if you want to start pushing down with the opposite shoulder, so you kind of even out your weight. Slowly come back up. Left palm on right knee, right palm behind you, outside your left hip. Inhale, spine tall, exhale, twist. Sit with your feet out in front of you, heels together, toes together, knees straight, knees literally pushing down into the mat. Release the flesh from underneath of you if that's necessary so that your tailbone is vertical to the floor. Try and keep a tall spine. Inhale, take your arms up. You can either keep your toes pointed or your heels growing tall, whichever works for you, ankles flex. Try and keep a straight back. Keep your arms next to your ears. Keep your elbows straight. Imagine a block between your palms. Push into the block. Take the block up. There's a huge right angle. I know you can't have a huge right angle. It's always 90 degrees, but it's like a lovely right angle at your hips. This is the same one that you did with your down dog. If you just turn your palms up to the ceiling and push up into the ceiling, you almost get that down doggy feeling. Don't hold your breath. Keep pulling your navel in. Same thing like a down dog. But it's just that now you don't have to pull your knees, you don't have to push your shoulders back towards your knees. You got to push your knees down towards the mat and keep your shoulders moving forward. Keep your spine tall. And relax. Ooh. So just as much relaxing as a down dog is, you've changed your orientation with gravity, and this Dandasana seems so much more difficult. There's one more interesting right angle that we must do. And so bend your knees, get your heels on the mat. You know where this is going. If you want, fingertips behind you. Take your heels up and get into Navasana. So there you are, right angles again at the hip. Ankles flex, reach with your arms. If you can, take your arms next to your ears, push up into the ceiling. So it's once again, it's once again right angles at your hips, but it's a lot more stressful, I'm sure. So hold till you can, and then obviously give up. When you're ready, we've just got one more. I promise you, very relaxing right angle going on. So just lie down. Take your left knee up, right angle at the knee, and over to the side, right angle with your arm to the torso, and relax. You want to kind of increase the stretch Straighten out your left knee. Keep pushing your left shoulder down towards the mat. And slowly release, come back to center. When you're ready, right knee gets bent over to the left side, extend your right arm to the side. If you want, hold on to the right big toe and extend your right only if you want to. So hopefully your thighs are at kind of a right angle. Release into your most comfortable Shavasana. Fortunately, no right angles, all 180 degrees. Which is good because it's effectively two right angles. That was a terrible joke, but just deal with it. Like you deal with the other nonsense in your life. Nice long deep breaths. Increase the length of your inhales, increase the length of your exhales. Belly breathing if possible. Nice long deep breath in. Hold, start moving your fingers and toes. When you're ready to exhale, pull your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Gently rock from side to side. Ready, roll over to your right, turn your face down. Leave the eyes open, come up to seated, just spend a few seconds with your palms in front of your hearts, wherever it's comfortable, as long as your spine is strong, shoulders are relaxed, close your eyes. And see if you can just absorb your practice without thinking about it. Just from the feelings that your body gives you. Just noticing how your body is vibrating now. Blink your eyes open and space your fingers. Inhale, stretch all the way up, reach. And just because it's a right angles class, get your arms to right angles and let's just hold like forever. No, I'm joking. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Hope to see you on Sunday.